Many parents find themselves lying awake at night, going over the day's interactions, wondering if they're doing the right thing. The effort is there, sacrifices made, schedules juggled, endless reminders given, and yet something still feels missing. The connection they long for with their child sometimes slips through their fingers. It's easy to assume love is being clearly communicated through actions. After all, everything being done is out of love, isn't it? But love isn't always heard the way it's intended, especially when it's tied up with expectations, fear, or the pressure to succeed. This is where a fresh look at what love really means in parenting can be incredibly helpful. Love, when viewed through the lens of consciousness, parenting is about truly seeing and accepting a child as they are, not just as they could be or should be. It's about being present with who the child is right now, without trying to shape them, fix them, or push them into an ideal version of themselves. Take Priya, for example, a mother of a vibrant 6-year-old boy named Milan. Milan is energetic, creative, and has a mind of his own. Priya often finds herself telling him to be quiet, sit still, or stop talking so much. One afternoon, after yet another correction, Milan looked up at her with big eyes and said, "Mummy, do you like the way I am?" That question struck a chord. In that moment, it became clear that although Priya loved her son deeply, her words and energy often told a different story. They conveyed disapproval and worry more than warmth and acceptance. Her fear about how he'd fit in at school, how others might see him, was louder than her love. This kind of fear-driven parenting is common. Parents want the best for their children, but when love is filtered through fear, children can feel judged instead of embraced. Real love doesn't come with a checklist. It doesn't say, "I love you more when you're calmer or tidier or achieving more." It says, "You are enough just as you are." That's not the same as letting go of guidance. It simply means the foundation for the relationship is trust and presence, not performance. And then there's the love that gets tangled in control, not out of malice, but out of a deep desire to help. Consider Marcus, a father of a 16-year-old daughter named Layla. Layla was a good student, but not particularly driven. Marcus, having built his own success through sheer discipline, couldn't understand why she didn't seem to care more about her grades or future plans. He constantly reminded her to revise, sign her up for extra tutoring, and spent dinner times explaining the importance of ambition. "I'm only doing this because I love you," he'd say whenever Layla got upset. But Layla didn't feel loved. She felt pressured and misunderstood. When Marcus was asked what he'd do if Layla never changed, if she never became what he imagined, would he still love her the same? His instinct was to say yes, of course, but the reality was he struggled to accept her as she was. The turning point came when Marcus realized he wasn't just pushing his daughter, he was projecting his own inner critic onto her. He began to see that his own childhood had taught him that achievement equaled acceptance. He'd never really learned to love his own ordinary self, only the version of himself that impressed others. As he began doing the deeper work of self-reflection, Marcus started speaking to Layla differently. He listened more, he encouraged rather than criticized, and slowly Layla opened up. The pressure eased, and in its place, a stronger bond grew. This is the power of conscious love. It doesn't seek to control or shape, it aims to see acceptance, to understand. But this kind of love begins within. Until a parent can sit with their own imperfections and offer themselves compassion, it becomes nearly impossible to offer that same compassion to their child. Loving oneself consciously means acknowledging the fears, the guilt, the frustration, and holding them with kindness rather than judgment. It means knowing the difference between reacting from old wounds and responding with calm clarity. When a parent can look inward and soothe their own discomfort, they stop needing their child to behave in a certain way to make them feel safe or successful. The child no longer becomes a mirror for the parent's insecurities. Instead, they become their own person, free to explore, to make mistakes, to grow without fear of losing love. Of course, not all parents become controlling. Some swing in the opposite direction, avoiding conflict at all costs. They can't bear to see their child upset, so they rarely set boundaries or say no. Love in this case is mistaken for constant approval. This kind of parenting may feel gentle in the moment, but it teaches a child that discomfort is dangerous, that hard feelings must be avoided. Over time, these children may become emotionally fragile, unable to handle disappointment or frustration, often tend to distraction or unhealthy coping mechanisms to escape anything uncomfortable. Again, it's not a lack of love, it's a misunderstanding of what love looks like when it's rooted in presence and trust. Children don't need perfection, they need authenticity. They need to see that love is earned by being good or by lost marks. They need to know that love can say no with compassion, can hold space for their big feelings and can accept their quirks and struggles without needing them to change. So how can this be applied today? Begin by asking, does my child feel safe to be fully themselves around me? Notice if fear is guiding reactions, fear of judgment, failure, or not being a good enough parent. If something your child does triggers you, pause, breathe, ask, where is that feeling coming from? Is it about the child or is it something within you? Focus on connecting before correcting. Look for ways to show your child they are seen, heard, and valued, even when they're misbehaving or struggling. Speak with curiosity, not criticism. Instead of, why are you like this? Try, what's going on for you right now? Offer love that isn't linked to outcomes. Celebrate effort, resilience, and authenticity, not just achievements or good behavior. Love that is rooted in presence and trust gives your child the greatest gift, the permission to be whole. And from this place, true growth begins for both of you. If this message spoke to your heart, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Like the video and don't forget to subscribe for more support and guidance on the conscious parenting journey. Your connection matters, your love matters, and how you show that love moment to moment can change everything. If you feel you could use a little support with parenting challenges, I'd love to help. I'm Bakshi Sidhu, a parenting and life coach. You can reach me at www.littlenoneslifecoach.com. Thank you.